Yet? A little moment for a stretch. Are we live? We're live. My goodness. How is everybody doing? It's a wonderful week in this reality here in Kansas. It's pretty cold outside. Quite pleased that the winter weather has come to us. What are we getting into today? Let's see, we're going to play a really loud harp. I got some Romanov in today. Those will be going up on the website here soon. Got a whole mess of poor York. Loud harps. Now, I thought they only made them in F2, but there's ones in E and D and all that. But yeah, let's get into it. Mark Gundick, what's up? How are you doing? How's the harp? And we got people showing up to the live upload. That's awesome. It's a great day. Let's play something different. I kept got the Glaser and shipment in as well. Porky Miller is going to be coming down within 2 weeks too. He's packing up the harpery and going to be taking it over. Dual Sport PNW, how are you doing? La Arp area, hey, how are you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Well, we got a few hours left in Saturday. I think 4 hours to be exact. Matthew Cody, howdy. I'm drinking some jasmine tea. It's like, I think, supposed to be getting into the single digits tonight, Fahrenheit scale. Cold outside, so it's a nice evening for some warm beverage. I am Smiley, howdy. And saved 2 harps of the Glaser and shipment. Harps that I used to have that I don't have, or harps that I used to have that I didn't have, and then now I have again. Saved a Star and a Lighthouse, and they're pretty similar. I'm trying to decide which one I like better. There was a rhythm I was playing this morning, and I can't exactly remember what it is. Let's see if we can find it. Oh yeah, Lighthouse, and I'm probably going to take it and adjust it just a shade more outward. These are snap ring pliers or ring spreader pliers. Now when you're adjusting harps out, gentle, just a little touch, because just even a light squeeze will spread them too far apart. I'm trying to get it to where I can play it fairly fast, and some of the Glaser triggers come a little rougher. This is a Barrett File. I just keep this handy, and I keep it up on a shelf over there so my son can't get to it because the end is pretty pointy. But a Barrett File is a micro file on one side, and then 2 sides are flat, so you can get in to areas you can't normally get into and not scuff things up. But it's nice to give that a little polish. I took a Mohan yesterday and some 1000 grit sandpaper and sanded it up. That was just a little bit rough. Made it feel a whole lot better. But now we'll just dress that up. See if we can get this thing moving. Now this is adjusted. I adjust many of the ones that come out of the harpery, but not this much. I adjust it to have a little bit wider a gap so I can really hammer on this. Like that flexibility. This is going to be a harp that I'm going to hammer on a bit, so I'm going to take it a bit further out, and I'm going to be doing some more videos on adjustment of harps. I adjust harps to where I want to play them. This, I want to be a faster playing harp, so I'm just adjusting the tips out. There's the decks, and you can get your ring spreader pliers in here behind the blades. Tyrone Zone 5 says I was rocking the Lighthouse this morning. Oh yeah, Lighthouse are probably one of my favorite Glaser, and they're not on the expensive side either, which is nice. And I've got a Star here, which the Star had a Star. Their Star are kind of similar, so the aesthetic are kind of similar too. The Lighthouse, this one in particular, is pretty deep. Oh, I like that there. Because when you're playing fast, especially if you're out of time or even playing a instrument like this fast, it helps if the tips of the frame are spread just a tad, because that's where the most rocking and side deflection happens, is right there after the knee bend. Let's try that star. Get that star moving. My nose is feeling pretty awesome this week. I was able to wear glasses last night and play the harp for a long period of time. Even stiff-reeded harps really didn't have any discomfort, so I'm excited for that. A star. Let's see how it compares to the Lighthouse. Orchard Guy 80, how are you doing? He says, howdy, howdy. Do I have an Aztec Mini? I do not. I don't have many Zology in my collection. There, I was running out of breath, so I suck air in really fast. Yeah, the star is definitely louder. The Lighthouse, I did make it a little bit quieter as I loosen the gaps. Let's do that same thing with it. See how they compare. Yeah. Been playing around with some rhythms, beating on cans and drums and whatnot. And oh, this is another cool thing. I got this Rajasthani anvil and been using it to adjust some more chang. I think I'm going to get a couple more in at the harper. This one I'm going to keep. They're not flat. They're just slightly domed on top, and the corners are perfect for laying more chang on them and adjusting them. Really enjoyed that. But yeah, Rekka Ram actually made this. They made a video of them making this. This is a forged anvil. Cool deal. What harps is everybody into? What are you up to? How's life been on your neck of the woods? It's been plenty cold here in Kansas as we're sinking into the single digits. And we're going to play a loud harp. The Poor Yorick. I've got the Poor Yorker about ready to go back on the website. Probably tomorrow the Poor Yorick and F will be on there. And Porky Miller's coming down in 2 weeks to pick up the harper. He's going to be running it and doing it from now on. Orchard Guy 80 says, digging my Blackfire Chancellor a lot. Oh, nice. He says, Tyrone Zone 5, I'm strongly into the Zology Duromes. Oh, yeah, the Zology Duromes are awesome. I think I've got a Blackfire somewhere. But anyways, I'm going to be having more time in the future to make more cool videos. What are videos people would be interested in seeing? I was thinking about doing some videos on harp adjustment and how to adjust frames using an anvil and stuff like that, and how to smooth frames. KBFHO says, I've been playing my Glaser and Lighthouse. Oh, awesome. La Arpia says, what metal do I use for the reeds? That is the best question. I use 1095 blue tempered spring steel at a Rockwell or hardness of 50. And I use it in thicknesses of 0.020 and 0.025. Some of the longer ones are 0.025. Some of the shorter ones are 0.020. I also use 1075 blue tempered spring steel at a Rockwell of 4445 in the thicknesses of 0.020 inch and 0.025 inch, depending on what I want. And I also distally taper them. So it's tapering in several different dimensions. Videos on making one. Yeah, just let me know what types of videos you want to see, and I will make them. As with Porky Miller taking over the harper, I'm going to have more free time in the future to make videos and fun stuff. Connor Salati says, I lost it. Tyrone Zone 5 says, more jaw harp challenges on YouTube, Instagram. Ooh, that'd be cool. We get another challenge going. But what should we call it? We should vote on on what to call a harp challenge. Cyberfish says would like an updated top 10 video. Oh yeah, that's probably because that top 10 video was really successful and it doesn't reflect my current favorites and harps, which every week I have 10 or 20 different harps that I play pretty much all weekend, rotating through my collection. So my taste changed very quickly. One of the ones I played most often as of late are probably the Gogolev. Mr. Pickles, you appeared. Hey, what's up, dude? And that harp, that's a Romanov Poor York, and having those going back up on the website before the end of tomorrow. I'm glad I added that to my collection. I really went somewhere there for a moment. He says, "Oh, nice cat." Yeah, Mr. Pickles, like, he'll appear. Like, sometimes I'll open up my eyes after getting done playing, and he's just like right there or right here. And then other times I'll like hear him when I'm playing, and then I'll open up my eyes and I'm like, "Oh, Mr. Pickles isn't there." So Pickles is a sprightly cat that appears and disappears throughout the house. Not even sure if he's real. Here's some rattling. I've got a rattle on my foot. Can't remember which one this is. I think it's an African style of nut rattle. It's kind of stretchy. I was doing that a little bit last night. Let's play something, get into something weird going. Oh, we're gonna work with some draw starts. In the future, I need to put some draw startable Mohan on the website, and Porky Miller's going to have more time to do all that, keep stuff better into stock, and especially there's so many variants of stuff I don't have on there. But anyways, we're not talking about the website. Morchang are a fantastic way to get an awesome instrument without a lot of money, but a lot of times they arrive and they're sharp on the ends, and I've had Yakutian instruments even that I've dressed the ends up. What I like to do is take a Barrett File. This is a micro file. I think it was in a thing at Harbor Freight for like probably $3 for a bunch of different files. The Barrett File is triangular but kind of squashed, and it's smooth on two sides, and it's a fine file on the other. So it's perfect for if you get a harp where it's kind of sharp on your lip. You can get in there right next to the reed without actually filing on the reed, because you got two sides that I'd call safe. You can just dress the end. And I'm going to have lots of tutorials on things I do to make more harps more comfortable. All the harps in my collection I tamper with sometimes a little bit when they're new. Glazern cut me, actually. Oh! So that's a good... And now you will change the tone if you dull this. You can always dull this because it's very sharp there from the knee bend. You could always dull it just a little bit. Now, keep in mind, if it's tuned, or most of them are untuned, you're going to raise the tone a little bit. So you could actually take that Barrett File, because Glazern are kind of sharp here, and just run it along there and just slightly dull it. And don't use much pressure. Even better way to do this is 1000 grit sandpaper, just smooth along it. Where was we going? Oh, yes. Dressing the ends of a harp. Question, how do you hold the Lighthouse? It's uncomfortable to hold with my grip or any grip that I have found. Well, I hold it kind of like I'd hold a pencil. I hold it like that 3 grip pattern, 2 on the bottom, finger and thumb and middle finger, and this one on top, but I kind of choke down on it and hold it like a pencil, that's my left hand, which I write mostly right hand. I can write both hands, but kind of like I'd hold a pencil. So it's kind of braced, because I don't want to hold it clear on the end, because then it's got a whole bunch of leverage against my fingers. So I'll choke down it, kind of where that cutout is. My finger's a little bit longer, so I put my finger just right past it. And that I find is more comfortable, because you can put your thumb across the back of most Glazern and not touch the reed, because you got this much space that's clear up against the front. front. So yeah, don't be afraid to touch these surfaces and have your thumb across the back, because it really provides a lot more, or a lot less leverage to the instrument. But I'll take more Chang and I'll just dress the ends. And I've even had one Yakutian instrument that I loved, but yeah, it was kind of sharp on the end, so I just dressed the ends just a bit. Aunt Joanne, how are you doing? How is the great out yonder down in Texas? I'm having some jasmine tea, and there's Mr. Pickby here. What would cause the frame to vibrate weird on the teeth on a Morching? Which make or which maker's Morching? Because there's certain Morching I've found that they're at an odd angle, and when your teeth are on them, they'll vibrate a little bit. But another thing I would suggest on your Morching, if you find them rough, take 1000 grit sandpaper. Oh, take 1000 grit sandpaper and just sand all up and down it. Anyways, we're going to play a Mohan. Oh, we're at 15 minutes already. Have I been... I wonder how many minutes I was rambling for. And I'm going to rattle. We're going to rattle it up. I don't know if the rattles sound good on the mic, but we're gonna do it anyway. The rattles add something. I got a rattle on my foot, a rattle on my ham. We'll see if we can get anywhere with this. Some jasmine tea. Can't believe we've been going 15 minutes already. What countries would I like to visit? Okay, I would like to visit many countries around the world, but some ones that come to my mind for making, India, specifically Rajasthan, and then if I get over to Russia and visit a couple makers, that would be cool. Russia's a massive country, so is India. But yeah, I would like to go to those two countries. I'd like to eventually, by the time I'm old, have visited at least a handful of different countries, but as of right now, I've never left the United States. Which makers would Tirefish says, which makers would you visit? Rajasthan is huge. I would go visit Mohan and go visit Rekha Ram, Kedah Ram, and Gorkha Ram and Baghbana. That would be really cool. This is a Mohan. If arms are bent, sometimes they vibrate weird. Yeah, that could also be. Do birds know when they cross the international border? I don't know. That feels like the beginning of a joke. And if anybody's watching this after it's live, I'm commenting on the comment. Oh, doing all those draw starts really makes me lightheaded. We're 20 minutes in. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. And I've always found this harp to be creepy, but I play it anyways. Play a creepier, darker sounding tone, especially with that offset. We'll play one that's almost the same. Draw start. Anyways, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for showing up, Matthew Cody. And I think I missed the end. Somebody started to tell a joke, and I started playing and zoned out, and I missed the punchline of the joke. But anyways, thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. It's always so much fun. Oh, I love you too. Anyways, love y'all. My hand actually got sweaty from playing it. Finally caught you after months of missing. Thanks for the sharing. Oh, I'm glad you was able to catch me. Good rule of thumb is 8 p.m. Central U.S. time on Saturdays. What's the creepiest one you have? Where is it? Hold on. Well, the creepiest thing in general, I have a harp that I can... I'm going to play this harp. No, I'm not going to say creepy. This one's darker. A darker tone. The creepiest instrument I've got is this. Some nights I've gotten weird on this. This is a scratch-a-more. It's basically a spoon with a whole bunch of notches. It's 2 a.m. if you're British like me. Oh, you up late. I was up till 2 a.m. last night. Made a gaggle of food and then fell asleep. Find the dark and low ones the best. Viking Murray says. But anyways, this is a scratch-a-more. Walk. Some people play it a lot better than me, but I just use it for making weird alien noises. It sounds like what I would imagine aliens talk like, if there are aliens out there, but they probably don't talk like that. They probably don't even need to talk. That's me talking through it. Anyways, Cyberfish says, I want to wake my wife up with that in the middle of the night. Oh, yeah. Wayland Harmon makes these. If you're interested in these on the Harpery, I'll get a hold of Wayland, see if he wants to sell them. But anyways, we'll play one more that's darker sounding. No, I'm not going to play this one. Hold on. I'm going to play Where Are You Hiding? This one. This one I'm going to play privately. This one very dark instrument. Anyways, this one, this Foaming Covey sent me with a draw start. It's got Ganesha on it. Tyrone's on 5 says, play the night. I did keep one. Yeah, that's a 8. We'll play a couple more harps. I was going to keep it to 15 minutes, but we're just going to run a little bit longer. We got so many people who showed up, and we're having a good time. This is the Foaming Cov, the Ganesha. And there I can snore again without fearing or hurting my nose, which is a really good feeling. Let's play another. Well, somebody requested play the Naya. I haven't really played this one much. If I can get it open. Probably going to wrap it up with this one. I'm probably going to click a whole bunch. He's got a whole bunch of cool. Your snore technique is sick. Oh, thank you. Practice snoring. Go. You can snore inward and outward. I'm still doing it gently because of my nose. One of the double reed harps would be rad to hear too. Yeah, I've had one. I've had two in my collection before, and friends get a hold of me and they want one really bad, so I end up selling them. But I don't have any of the double reed foam and cob. Yeah, keep my tongue to the roof of my mouth. Yeah, snoring outward. It helps if you're phlegmy. I'm a super snotty person, especially like near allergy season, but which makes it easier. But so practice snoring inward now. Andy Coppa says they just snort out. Oh, Andy Coppa snort out. Nice, man. And it helps if you're snotty. So if you're congested, the snoring helps. When life gives you congestion, make music out of it. And use it too. I like to use it too. That snoring inward and outward, and opening and closing my jaws. Tyrone Zone 5 says, I'm going to watch The Land Before Time. Oh, power to you, man. Land Before Time. That's a cool movie, dude. Dinosaurs. Tongue to the roof of my mouth. Needle. If I was to be saying, yee, there, yee, almost, it sounds like a bullfrog kind of croaking. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up with that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Man, that thing is a laser beam of a harp. Oleg Naya, or Niga, K-N-I-G-A. I've seen it spelled K-N-Y-H-A, K-N-Y-A-H, K-N-Y-E-H. Oleg Naya or Niga makes really good instruments. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up with that. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. I love y'all. Keep your hearts clean. Keep them dry. Keep them oiled. Bye, Mr. Pickby. Mr. Pickby wants fat. I'm begging. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Now, harp out. Harp out. End the stream. End it rightly. Has it ended? It ends now. Adios.